So there's been a lot of people who think that by not buying ASA or ARK 2 way down the line, they're doing what's best for ARK and the ARK community. But that might not necessarily be the case. Let's go ahead and figure out why some people think this, and then we'll go from there. So ARK Survival Ascended is being made as a full remaster of ARK Survival Evolved, to allow Snail Games to keep paying their developers and fund the creation of ARK 2. Originally, ARK Survival Evolved was going to get a free engine upgrade from Unreal Engine 4 to Unreal Engine 5. But now that Snail Games is incredibly desperate for money, they decided rather than give a free upgrade, they will completely remake ARK Survival Evolved from the ground up as a standalone remaster and then charge for that to make some extra cash. When that news first came out, a lot of people were pretty pissed off because, well, they thought something that was originally going to be a free engine upgrade was changed to now being charged. But now that we've gotten community crunches stating what ARK Survival Ascended is actually going to have and what it's going to be, I think the new game is actually going to be worth the $39.99 price tag that it will have at launch. Well, assuming they deliver on what they're promising. Some of those big changes besides the engine upgrade that they've guaranteed to us are, and this is a long list, ARK's codebase has been rewritten. This most likely will result in a smaller game size, so, you know, not a 450 gigabyte download to install everything that ARK has to offer. Dynamic water, interactive foliage, cross-platform modding, full cross-platform multiplayer, 11 brand new creatures, a new minimap system, new structures, overhauled building, new gameplay items, a creature pathfinding overhaul, a total UI revamp, new camera systems for players and dinos with the ability to opt out and go back to normal camera stuff, new player character assets with revamped and improved customization, a new dino management system with the ability to track all your dinos at any time across the entire map, small dino quality of life changes, breeding changes, wild babies, a chibi slot, skins tab. Survival of the Fittest is going to be integrated into the main product as a fully supported game mode. There will be a queuing system and a party system for Survival of the Fittest, and a new canon DLC map. That's a lot of stuff. So with creating ASA, Wildcard and Snail Games are doing much more than just charging for what used to be a free engine upgrade. And Wildcard gets the money they need to pay their developers and the money they need to make Daddy Snail Games happy. They've been very, very transparent with us that ASA is being made to make money so that they can make ARK 2. It's no secret that they need money, but at least they're offering us something that sounds really good as an incentive, instead of just charging for their original engine upgrade. But let's move on to some what-if scenarios. So what if the entire ARK community were to boycott ASA and the game's gonna flop and it does really bad and then Snail Games and Wildcard don't make any money off of it? Well, the popular theory, and the one the boycotters are hoping for, is that Snail Games will sell off Wildcard and everything ARK to a bigger company, and then ARK will continue to be worked on with better funding behind it. That sounds pretty good, but to be frank, the odds of that happening is extremely unlikely. We've actually seen a very similar scenario to this with Snail Games before. Any of you remember the game Atlas? In 2018, Atlas was developed and created by a company called Grapeshot Games, which was just a branch off of Wildcard. Atlas didn't perform to the level that Snail Games wanted it to, probably because, well, it was a buggy mess and it never got fixed. But did Grapeshot or Atlas or anything like that get sold? No. Instead, it's been pretty much forgotten. Let's take a look at Atlas now. Today, Atlas barely breaks 1,000 concurrent players on its best days. That's really, really bad. And to give you a bit of perspective, ARK usually averages between 36,000 and 48,000 concurrent players. And the last update for Atlas came out on May 30th, 2023, and it's currently May 7th, 2023. And even right now, in Atlas, if you just look through your spyglass, your game could crash. So while I know many of you don't like Snail Games right now, that's Wildcard's daddy. And the best thing we can do as fans for ARK is to support Wildcard in any way that we can. So Snail Games will be getting the revenue from Wildcard that they want, and the Wildcard developers will be able to continue working on ARK and make it into the game we want it to be. But to do that, they need money. And boycotting ASA won't give them any. Of course, I could be wrong. There is a possibility that boycotting this game could lead to it getting sold to a better company. But when looking to buy the rights of a company or a game, other companies don't care whether or not a game is good or bad. They care about if it's profitable. And with ARK being the biggest moneymaker that Snail Games has, them going bankrupt and having to sell it is a big red flag to other companies saying, hey, this game's not good enough. It doesn't make the money that we need it to make. So they probably won't even bother picking it up. And if they did, they'd add things like battle passes or subscriptions just to make more money. And just to be totally clear, I'm not saying, hey, go buy this game as soon as it comes out, throw all your money at Wildcard and Snail Games. No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, if ASA looks good and you are an ARK fan, buy it. If not, and you don't want to get it, then don't. But if you want ASA to be good, the worst thing you can do is boycott the game. I lost the jacket because I got hot. Ignore that. Many streamers and content creators, myself included, will be getting keys to the game on day one when it releases, to stream the game, show it off, kind of help sell it. So before you decide to do anything, take a look at some of those content creators that will be showing off the game on day one. I, for example, am going to be bug testing the hell out of it. We are going to be doing everything in our power to try and crash and break the game on day one. I want to see how many bugs they fixed. We're going to start by getting grabbed by a squid at the border of the map outside of the world and seeing if it deletes my character. Because that's happened on ARK Survival Evolved. I just really don't want to see my favorite game get turned into an atlas. No, thank you.